Hey everyone, I apologize for snuffing. I'm just getting over whatever this cold was, and I haven't put out very many videos because of that. We did have our drawing for our firearm, and it turned out really well. Now we're going to have our competition coming up in June, and we just put a bid on a building for our complex, so we're hoping we can have that opened up by April. Sorry, folks, it's here in Idaho. We're going to have everything from self-defense classes to force-on-force classes to taser, civilian OC classes. We just want to make it a complete self-defense complex. We're also going to open up a section of it for veterans, a veterans center. I want a place for the vets. They have a place to go, someplace they can all hang out and just let go for a minute. So that's our goal. Hopefully next month we'll have it open, and when we do, we'll have a video. We'll walk you through it. Now let's get into this case that's going on right now. That's what everybody's focus is on, or it's just kind of fading. Now, do we want to fade away to forget the victims? No, that we don't want to. We don't want to forget what happened. We want to be able to correct that problem. We don't ever want it to happen again. So what people are doing, though, I've noticed, is what they'll do is they don't get an answer right now. They want to know why. That's the biggest thing, is people want to know motive, what caused this. And so they're going to make up all kinds of stuff. I just read an article today of what the suspect does in jail. He sits and watches TV, and he stares straight ahead. He doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't have facial expressions. He'll watch everything on TV about him. Anytime he sees him on TV, he stops. That's a narcissistic tendency, and they want to see what's going on. The thing is who cares? He's sitting in jail. That's what matters. He's sitting in jail, waiting his fair trial, and once the evidence comes out, we'll know more. Right now, people are making things up. They're still stuck on the drug thing. They're still stuck on the cartels. They're still stuck on different reasons why. They even say that he didn't commit the crimes, which he's just being accused of them. We haven't proven that he's committed them. But with the evidence that's come out and things that's happened, he's going to have a tough defense. He's going to have to really fight hard to win this one. But the thing is a lot of people, when they come up with these conspiracies, the only thing they know is Hollywood. What we've seen on TV, what we see in the movies, so we want to make it glamorous. We want to make it big. We want to make a big production out of something that is simple as evil. We can write it off as it's as simple as an individual that committed a horrific, evil crime. And was he capable of doing it? Yes. Is a single person capable of causing that much harm? Yes. So why can't we look at things as simple? I was watching a documentary on the Malaysian flight that disappeared, and I saw every conspiracy from a Russian spy on the plane who disabled it and flew it out into the middle of the desert, to the pilot was a suicidal pilot that flew it into the middle of the ocean. People didn't get answers right away. They wanted answers, and so they started making things up. The one individual who was collecting parts from the plane was supposed to be connected to the Russians, and he had planted all these plane parts that he had taken from a junkyard, and it's just, they did the same thing with this crime. Even back to the traffic stops, we had talked about those in an earlier case. If people think that the FBI had ordered local agencies to make traffic stops, number one, they have no authority to order any local agencies to do anything. If the FBI ordered these two traffic stops to be made, why on earth would they order one stop and then 8 minutes later a second stop? That makes zero sense. If all they want to do is collect information about this vehicle going down the road, why would they request two traffic stops in a row and then no more the rest of the trip? None. See what I'm saying? We have to think logically. We can't think emotionally. We have to think logically. Things happen. Evil happens in this world, and this was something that was extremely evil. So instead of coming up with the conspiracy theories of drug cartels and hit for murder for hire, to the parents being at fault, we've got to really sit back and take a second look at this And now that we've got a slowdown in it, waiting until June when the trial starts, that's when a lot more information will start coming out. And just slow down. Don't look at this as a Hollywood thing, because it's not. It's just evil. It's not a big production. It was a horrible incident that occurred. And if there's any way we can prevent it in the future, we can. Or we should. And one of the ways of preventing that is like we started on this channel. And if you do like the content of this channel, hit like and subscribe. Share it. And let's get some more people on here that have stories that can tell, that people can learn from. People can learn safety from other people. And so let's get some of this stuff out there. Just like this case, am I going to sit back and say what they should have done? No, I'm not going to armchair quarterback this one, because that's horrible to do to four young people that lost their lives. But we can learn from these things. We can learn security. We can learn taking care of each other, watching each other's backs. There's so many different things we can do in just general life. And so the safety today is something that during 2020, it kind of came natural to me, as I really enjoyed the distancing. I don't call it social distancing, because little kids learn that it's okay to be distanced from socially, even from relatives. It's just, to me, it's safety distancing. I like being away from people. I want my reaction time. I want more reaction time. So if you're out and about, somebody starts closing the distance, on you, extend the gap, or actually turn and let them know to back off. Don't get in an argument. That'll be the second part of this safety thing. But the first one is just don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be stuck belly to back in line. Even if you're at a resort or you're at an amusement park and people are just really crammed in there in lines, keep your distance from the person in front of you. Watch your back, even turn sideways so you can watch at your peripheral vision and really see what people are doing. But when you turn your turn sideways, make sure your back is always turned to a safer location behind you. And that way you can know what's going on all the way around. But you don't close the gap. You keep that distance between you and the person in front of you. If the person behind you wants to ride up your back, you can always just stick an arm out, smile. The second part of this is don't be that person that turns and points in somebody's face and starts to argue with them and tell them to back off. That needs to happen if you're in true fear. If you're in a crowded environment like an amusement park and people are just, crowding the lines and just being kind of dumb, don't do that. Just turn and look at them and smile and say, could you give me a little space, please? That's all it takes. If someone wants to argue back with you, don't. Swallow your pride, let it go. That's what gets most of us in trouble, is we want to argue back. Our pride steps in and we want to start arguing back. A lot of times if we just keep our mouth shut, let them go off. Who cares? Let them call you names. Who cares? You see, it doesn't mean anything. Just let it go. You're going to be looked at as the bigger person anyway if you don't cause it or you don't continue this thing going. And it's not really a de-escalation. All it is, you're not escalating it. You're just leaving it where it is and just ignoring the person. So keep your distance. If you can't keep your distance, be polite and ask the person to give you a little bit of space. And if they don't argue with them. That could cause more problems. So always be aware, always keep your head up and keep your head on a swivel. And like I said before, if you like any of this content, please hit share and subscribe, or please hit like and subscribe and share this. And let's get some more stories out there, more things going on this channel. And if you want some other content, please let me know. We're going to start our training. If we get this facility, we're going to start our training hopefully in April, early to mid-April. And we will put some of it on video. And we can put some of that content on here just to get people ideas. We're going to get certified under OC and Taser for civilians. And we're going to teach people how to actually use those things the right way so you can be safer. Keep your head on a swivel, stay safe, and have a great night.